Good morning, Fellowship Hi-Crest fam. This is your Jumpstart for the week of December 12th, 2022. Today we find ourselves in Proverbs 13, and we're going to focus on verses 18 through 20. Here's what it says. If you ignore criticism, you will end in poverty and disgrace. If you accept correction, you will be honored. It is pleasant to see dreams come true, but fools refuse to turn from evil to attain them. Walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. Man, this seems like such a contradiction. It says if you ignore criticism, you'll end in poverty and disgrace, and if you accept correction, you'll be honored. So often in this world, we see any criticism that comes as being disgraceful, as kind of lowering us. But here it says that correction actually brings honor. Have you thought about that? How open are you to hearing feedback that you really don't like, but is really helpful? How acceptive and receptive to it are you? It can be hard to hear things that really do impact the work that you do or a dream that you have, which leads us to verse 19, where it says, it is pleasant to see dreams come true, but fools refuse to turn from evil to attain them. How does that build on the previous verse? How do you think it comes across when somebody just tells you something constructive about a dream that you have? In my life, it happens often. Often I have this vision of something and I have to hear a lot of hard feedback on it before we get to something that is really workable, that is really achievable. And if I go headlong into it myself, and it can burn me sometimes. It burns me up sometimes. When somebody gives really constructive feedback on something that I hold on to really tightly. But I know in the end that if I really want to see it become a reality, I have to be willing to listen to the feedback of others. I have to take it in and consider it. Now, that feeds into verse 20 where we end. If you walk with the wise, you become wise. But if you associate with fools, you get in trouble. What I've found is this. When I associate myself with wise people, often I'm going to be hearing things that I don't like. But when I don't want to get really good feedback, I go to people who I know, who I kind of call my co-signing friends, who will just co-sign on any foolishness that I put out and say, go for it, John, even though it can be the most unwise thing in my life to pursue or the most unwise path to pursue a good thing. So ask yourself, have you surrounded yourself with people who love you enough to speak hard truth to you? Are you receptive to hearing their feedback? And are you willing to truly pursue your dreams by getting feedback that you might not want to hear at the time, but is ultimately going to push you toward the dream that you hold so tightly? Continue to power up, pour in, and spill out. Have a great week.